will be 20 degrees Celsius, partially cloudy with a 15% chance of rain. We're actually going to our latest interview with Lolly and Angie in Connecticut with the founder, Thomas Hooker.
Today, in the New England colonies, more specifically Connecticut, we have set up a meeting with Thomas Hooker, founder of the colony.
So glad to have you here, Mr. Hooker.
So glad to be here, Angie.
So, Mr. Hooker, do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
I mean, that is what an interview is.
Can you tell us anything about the new government in the new colony?
We actually introduced the Fundamental Orders in 1639, which was the first written constitution of the American colonies. And the Charter of 1662 represents Connecticut's efforts to establish representative form of government. There were debates about religion and women's rights, but some of the people that helped with those issues were people like Lincoln for his anti-slavery stance and Ella Gresso, which was the first elected governor.
So, Mr. Hooker, what kind of plantations does your colony provide?
We have a different mixture of plantations. We have fruit plantations such as squash, beans, pumpkin. We also have a rich plantation of tobacco, which provides us with a lot of money.
And who exactly works on these plantations? Because we know that on a lot of the new colonies, there are Native Americans working on these plantations.
They said they weren't going to ask this question. I'm done with this interview.
I do. Thank you, Lolly and Angie, for that stellar interview. Moving on to 10-second trivia.
What type of colony was Connecticut? Charter colony, joint stock company, proprietorship, royal colony, squatter. Time's up. The correct answer is a charter colony.
And what do you know about the history of Connecticut?
I don't know. Nada.
Exactly. Thankfully, Lolly and Angie are here with some fun facts.
I'm Lolly.
And I'm Angie.
And
Here are a few interesting facts about Connecticut. In spite of our latest interview, we could not confirm if the Native Americans were working on the plantations in Connecticut, but we did know that there were a few hostile feelings between the colonists and the Native Americans. However, we did find out that they had slaves working on their plantations for them.
However, the Act of Gradual Abolition stated that those born into slavery in March 1st, 1784 would be freed by the time they turned 25.
In 1614, Dutch traders landed in Connecticut, but it wasn't until 1636 that it was founded by Reverend Thomas Hooker. The settlers were mostly Puritans from Massachusetts Bay Colony.
You may be wondering why Connecticut? Religious freedom, of course.
Make sure to tune in next time
For your KCAV Wrong Show.
I'm recording for 2 minutes. Hurry up.
Where are we going?
Oh yeah, pero
Wait, there's a todo